Alright guys, time for another vlog. Gonna be doing some work today. I got a lot of work to do actually, because I shot a buck with my bow. I'll have a video up on this real soon, probably this weekend maybe. But I was wanting to take care of this deer out here outside, but it keeps raining on and off. I was waiting for it to stop raining, but you can see it's wet and it doesn't really look like it's gonna clear up. So I gotta cut up this buck. It's gonna take me a little while. I just need to find somewhere to do it. This ought to work. Why not just do it indoors where it's nice, out of the rain, and just take care of it here. I really want to do like a how-to video. I'm just not set up for it. For me to do it myself and film it myself would be pretty tough. But I'll go through a lot of the steps with you guys on the vlog. But yeah, there's a dead deer in my living room. So, weird, kind of weird, huh? Anyways, I'm gonna start by skinning him. I did get him out full body. It was snowy, so I was able to drag him off the mountain and take care of him that way. So he's gutted. I'm just gonna start by skinning everything, and then I'll just go piece by piece from there. All right, guys. Like I said, I don't have the best setup to self-film this, but I'll do my best and show you the main stuff, the biggest part. So the first things first is I'm gonna skin him. You're just gonna want to take your knife right behind the back of the head and run it down the backbone, and you can see on the deer there's like a line of hair, really dark hair, that you can easily follow. So I'm just gonna start it right here as if I was gonna save the mount. Let's go straight down the back of that. Just go about mid-body and cut him in half. Just skin him in half, and then I'll work the front section just as if I was going to cape him out for like a shoulder mount. Okay, I just got done skinning this front shoulder on the first side. I just came down the backbone, down through the midsection, had to take a line up the back of the leg, and you can see where I cut across, and that allowed me just to peel it back. So this is where I hit the buck. He's quartering at me, hit him straight through the front shoulder, and it came out the opposite, right behind the opposite shoulder. Perfect shot. He only went like 80 yards and dumped right in front of me. So the next step is now to just remove the front shoulder, which is really easy. You just got to cut right through here, and there's no joints or bones that connect the front shoulder to the body, just some connective tissue and things like that. So you actually run a knife right through it and pop it right off. Let me show you how easy it is to get this front shoulder off. You're just gonna cut, and you really just kind of follow anything that's holding it on there, just like that. You gotta cut around the shoulder blade. That's it, right there. Man, it's nice doing it inside. Stays nice and clean. Okay, my next step, I'm going to work on the hind quarter on this side. I'm just gonna run my blade, or starting right about here, run my blade all the way up and out. That way I can peel back the cape that way and then bring back the cape on the inside, and then I'll be able to cut away and remove the hind quarter. Just about got this hind quarter skinned off, and I'll show you guys how to remove it. Just gonna follow this crease right here, just that natural crease. You can see down here where there's a lot of tension. That's all flank right there. So there's a ball joint you gotta cut, you gotta work around. I like to just start there at the bottom, right at the pelvis. Get around that joint. The more pressure you can put on that, the easier you'll be able to tell where the meat, what's holding it from coming off. So as you move it around, just cut it. And once you get to this bone, just follow the bone right there. See this joint starting to pop? A lot of people miss a lot of meat right here. See how this bone is right here? You want to run your blade across the bone and peel it right off the bone. And as the weight of the meat is coming off, you can see what's holding it back And you just want to use your knife blade up against that bone right there. See, there's the backbone to that. And I'll probably have to use my other hand to really get going after it, but this bone up here too, you want to peel it right off that bone. It almost peels itself, but see that? A lot of people really hack away at that and miss a lot of meat, but you want to peel that meat right off the bone. All the way to the backbone. See that? Oh, man, doing it here in the house is nice. That's one clean hind quarter. Take that to the butcher table I got set up to trim and clean up, but that's nicely done right there. Alright, I need to get some newspaper out and make a bigger butcher table. So guys, I'm just going to show you one side. That's the front, the back, and then I'll remove the back strap, show you guys how to do that. And then there's all the ribs, flank steak, neck meat. That might have to be for another video. Check it out. I'm watching Hushin videos on my big screen. It's one of my favorite things to do. But guys, look at this. I mean, come on. I don't know if you ask me, but that is a beautiful, beautiful thing. Cutting board of lean, organic venison that I harvested myself and that I'm going to process myself. Nothing against anybody who takes it to the butcher. I've done that plenty of times, trust me. But I have the time, so I'm going to cut it up myself. Next step is I'm going to show you guys how to remove the back strap. This isn't the best angle. I wish I could prop them up, but I'll be able to remove the back strap, which is honestly one of my favorite things to do. I love to just really remove back straps. Simple as that. I always do it when we're out in the field, and I'm going to do it now and show you guys. One of the premier cuts of meat, which starts about right here at the hip bone and goes all the way up underneath the front shoulder and just about to the neck. When you do it, you can take some of the neck meat with it, but you're going to want to slice and remove this top layer of silver skin and this little flank steak here. I like to start at the back at this knot and make a slit right down the backbone and peel forward. So this angle is going to be a little tough. It's nice when it's upright, but it should be enough to show you guys exactly how to do it. Peel back some of this this little layer right here and remove some of that first. You can just make a straight line right down the backbone. You're going to have to cut through there anyways. And for now I'm just going to peel this back to get it out of the way. A lot of that meat right there, this red meat, that'll be good for burger. I wish I had somebody to film this for me, but it's so hard. Hard enough work to do by yourself, hard enough to try to film it. But I like to come back this way off the ribs. You can see down here, I wanted to show you right by the very back is the worst, but these tiny little knots in here, you got to work your blade around those to get save as much meat as you can. See how I'm coming up it? See how I'm getting most of that meat, most all of it. See what I'm saying about coming from the bottom up? Everyone's got their own way of doing it, but that's what I've found is the best for saving meat. And so now we're getting into that neck meat right here. Most people just cut it off right there, and I think that's what I'll do. There we go. One deer back strap. Man, that is a great cut of meat. So I'm gonna go add this to the other quarters. Got a little butcher station going on here. And guys, there's a lot more to do with like the flank. A lot of the flank meat you can use for flank steaks. You can smoke it. Most people probably put it in a burger. All this stuff right here. There's a lot of meat on the neck. A lot of people make a neck roast, or again, it's just good burger meat. But with as much work as this is, guys, I've got to stop filming. We will do a how-to video in the future, I promise. But that gives you kind of a rundown of the basics. Now that I have the fronts off this side, I'll be able to do the other side after I take care of the rib meat, the flank meat, and the neck meat. We'll just remove that and get it ready for processing too. That was a lot of work. Had my dad, he came and helped me, which was cool. This is the man who first taught me how to cut meat and hunt and do all these kind of things outside, and we're still doing it together even today, huh, Dad?
Right on.
We cut up my last one. You guys saw the vlog on it. We had the hamburger grinder out. We had the freezer vacuum sealer out, but we have a grundle of meat, and bringing this thing out whole and doing it at home has really saved a lot of meat. So we got a hind quarter, a back strap, hind quarter, back strap, 2 front shoulders. The one that I hit, we're gonna have to work around that and trim around that. Both of these trays are a neck roast and all the rib meat and scrap meat from each side. So that will mostly be burger. I might do like jerky out of some of that neck roast. This stuff right here, we got a couple tenderloins. A lot of the blood that settled while he was, you know, getting drug out was inside there. So I'm gonna have to rinse that out, and you can just do that with water. And this is the leftovers of what I started with. Looks like something you'd find out on the Sahara Desert that's been eaten by coyotes. I did the best job I could to trim everything and save as much meat as I could, which is goal number 1. So we got the skeleton, I'll have to get rid of that. And then I caped him out as if I'm gonna mount him. I don't know if the cape is still good. For how much I drug him, I'm gonna have to have a taxidermist look at that, but I did a good job of getting the front shoulder off, and I'll have to cape it off the head. And if the cape is really good, what I want to do is mount a set of sheds. One of my favorite sets of sheds that I've ever found, which I keep in my bedroom here. Let me show you. This big set on top. So I found this buck, both sides. I think I was 16 years old. I found both sides of that buck, and I found his right side the year after. So if that cape's good, I'm gonna mount this guy up.